Hello, it's Karmatos, and welcome to a mini theme deck. If you can't tell from my background, I've recently moved. I've also recently started my dream work. Exciting times for me. Also means I haven't uploaded anything in about a week. Also means that I'm probably not going to upload anything until the weekends nowadays. New job has me pretty busy, pretty active, and learning a lot really quick. But it had been at least 7 days since my last video, so I wanted to throw out this mini theme, Desperate for the D. It's all about Desperate Defense. And Desperate Defense is put in play 2 random troops from your deck and give them frontline. So this was on sale in the store, I picked it up, and I thought, let's make a meme. And naturally I thought, to make this work well, you gotta pick the best possible troops for it to put out, and Gaul Dreadnought is my favorite. So I went with Word Bearers. Terror, Shield, Ward, 9-10. And I couldn't just use 2 cards, so I had to throw in a couple of extra super high cost non-rally troops that are really nifty to have frontline with. And I thought Asherax would be pretty good, which in hindsight, there's probably better picks for this. As Vapix pointed out, like Uria or something. Or Serial Storm, of course, I think is really neat to have a 7-10 frontline that also deals a random 10 damage every turn, and then you don't have to. But Gal Dreadnought's really the one you want. Everything in here is focused on stalling or accelerating to Desperate Defense. I almost went Ornitov just for the extra energy, but then there's just not as good pull options. So it's 26 tactics, so this is just free damage, draw cycle, search for the specific tactic you need, aka also draw cycle. Seek and Destroy is stall. Abandoned Supplies is draw cycle with a chance of lowering the cost of it. Informant Network is cheaper board damage that synergizes pretty well with his actual Warlord power of 2 energy, deal 1 to 2 damage to adjacent stuff. And also just a little bit of the anti-stealth. Asteroid Belts is acceleration towards getting Desperate Defense, and if you're already at max energy, then it's draw cycle. War Room, chance to get any of these other draw cycles or damages for cheaper, and if you're very lucky, Desperate Defense on the cheap. Artillery Strike, stall. Camille, stall. Defense Satellites, stall. Destiny's Hand, more stall. Architect of Heresy, it's a good stall. I almost ran the Destroys for Word Bearers, but there wasn't quite enough room. I thought that even more opportunity to get this out would work. How did it do? So it actually won all 3 of its opening games, but I'm not even going to play the first 2 because this one, I don't think I won at all with it. I just kind of managed to eventually play a 10 energy troop and otherwise burned him to death. And this guy, I think, just surrendered after a few turns. But this one, this is the mini theme. And sorry that this is going to be short, but I just didn't want to leave you guys hanging with nothing. So we get rid of him because we don't want to draw him. And from here, we're just gonna... There's already 1 troop. The goal is to have at least 2 in your deck. And I thought 4 was about the benchmark to really, you know, not put too many in your deck, but just enough so that way you could get off the card proper. And it's gonna get off. Yeah, it seemed better than taking 6 damage to the face. This way, I can take 2 damage instead of 6. Worth it. And, keeping the Nurgling alive, denied that little bit of energy. And to be fair, this is like my best possible matchup. It's lots and lots and lots of little troops, and what do I have? Board damage, and some other fun. Board damage. So we still haven't drawn the magic card we need. We do have a nice Architect though, so. You know what's funny? I think I've made a deck very close to this. And yeah, that's some good synergy and stuff there. Unfortunate drop. It's gonna get Camille, and everything's gonna get wiped. I think there was a slight misplay there. I think he dropped a Nurgling and then board damaged, and it was kind of unnecessary, unless he was wanted it to die. So, difficult to say. Ah, we drew another one. But the two left. You're guessing it. Hey, I drew it. All right. Gotta survive 3 more turns and not draw any Gauls. And to that end, I think I make some misplays given the nature of my deck. And I think this is a misplay, because let's think about it. He's dropping it so that way he can draw 3 cards, but to what end? He can't play any of them this turn. You could have done the very same thing next turn, essentially. Played something from his hand, then done it, and I mean, I suppose he would have to play something to then get the 2 energy to then draw, but I might have waited a turn. Especially if he knew he was going to do something kind of like that. So you gonna hit me for 3? No, he's holding on to it. Risky. Could have been 3 free damage. Yeah, just get off a little post. I guess I could have left him there to make him lose an energy, but I usually like to try to play out my energy whenever I can. It's not necessarily the wisest choice, but I sense defense satellites in my future. The whole board. So, in hindsight, I probably should not have been drawing just before turn energy 10. All I'm doing is increasing the chances that Desperate Defense doesn't work. So, hindsight. Interesting play. Let's see how that works out for him. It does deny me from bashing into something, but I think it's that time. And I know exactly what it's gonna get. You ever drop 18 attack worth of frontline warded fun? And that's good. How do we do it? Camille. Well, I hope you enjoyed this mini episode. I don't even have time to play more games, really, with it. It's probably a big flop most of the time, but when it works. So if you like this, like it. If you want to see more like it, subscribe. Share this with your friends. Comatose loves ya. And I'll see you this weekend, most likely. And thanks for watching.